G'day, mate, and welcome back to Factorio with me, Jedi. So, couple of things. One more rocket sent off. Yay. Two, I need to go through the logs. So, last episode we ended on number 64. So I have to thank Charles Mill, Abe Bell, Xanadan, Chili Frang, Taxor, Yolan Tribe Simon, Sam Swartz, 72. I need to thank all those people. Their intergalactic spaceship is on its way. It should be delivered shortly. Next thing I need to do is I need to fix this. Because this one is... What's happening is... Okay, let's start with what's happening. What's happening is... We are launching... Oh, I can manually set this. Hang on. Oh god, stop getting hull components and thrusters. And... No, you'll need one. Okay, I need to manually fix these. So, what's happening is this one's launching too many thruster... Too many of the things that are meant to be set up by this silo. So, I went and thought... And I did think it, and I think it I've got an answered. So this is subtracting all the things we don't want launched. And I'm pretty sure I can just remove those two. Yes. So that should just launch the fuel cells, the thrusters, and the hull components. And then from this one, I should be able to subtract hull components, minus 10, thrusters, minus 4, and fuel cells, minus 2. Which should mean they're no longer requested in here, I hope. Yep, they're no longer requested in here. Which... I assume they went in my inventory. And I assume they disappeared. And in theory... Nope, there they are. In theory, hang on, no, it's still fuel cells. Why are you requesting fuel cells? Oh, because you're manually set. Really? Yeah, you're manually set. Well, let's remove that. And so that should leave protection field. One of them. That should leave fusion reactor. One of them. Habitation. One of them. A life support, one of them, astrometrics, which is that one, a command capture, which is that one, and a fast light drive, which is that one. Okay, so I overthought this. That's what it basically boils down to. I overthought things way too much. So yeah, this one should launch the, 10, 14, 15, 16 components, and this one should just launch the other... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need a third silo. Copy. Paste. What the hell do I need to make a silo? Steel. Hang on. Logistics. Okay, first off, get rid of some of these. Get rid of some of these, get rid of half of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those, some of those, a bit of those, touch of those. Nope, change you back down to 0. Get rid of the wooden box. Okay, steel was our first on this. Let's just step a little bit further away from the rocket silos. Steel. 1,000, please, sir. Electric engines, 200, please, sir. Concrete is always high on the list. Nope. 1,000. Blue circuits and pipe. Okay. Pipe. 200, I think it was? No, pipe's 100. Whatever. We'll have 200 in my inventory. And... blue circuits. Not that one. Not that one. That one. 200. Okay. The steel not being delivered. Why for steel not being delivered? Oh, because the base has no steel ever. Yeah. That was one of the things I was planning on fixing this episode. Okay. I guess whilst I'm staying on the belt. No, we'll pick up the steel first. Is that 1,000 yet? Probably. Yes. Okay, back in logistics. Set you back to 0. Set you back to 0. Set you back to 100. Set you back to 0. I don't think they get recycled, but it's fine. And trash the steel. Okay, make a new one of these. Turn off auto launch. So I want to go into here and have a -5 with a thruster -2 with a fuel cell of -1. And then if I duplicate that to there, I'm still worried things are going to get out of sync. Okay, you two can slide down. You can all slide down. Makes me a little bit happier. Okay. There's nothing to go in because the rocket's ready. Yes, the rocket's ready. Okay, I guess I tick that. You finish this run of SpaceX. Done and dusted? No, there's a fuel cell that has to go up still. Hang on. Hang on. You're outputting 1 fuel cell and 1 thruster. Oh, but because we're subtracting 1 off each, that's not going to work. Okay, what happens if I let you do all the fuel cells, but no thrusters, and I let you do all the thrusters, but no fuel cells? Okay, and we can set you back to auto, because you just revert to firing off satellites, which is okay. We need space science overall. We are running through infinite tech. Yes, I can launch faster. Number 73 is Paul Renard. Thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Your intergalactic spaceship is on its way. And then you're ready, and you're ready, and you're ready. Okay, I think that works. I still think they might end up with an issue with the hull components. Maybe? Maybe, I'm not sure. Because this has got -5 on it and this has got -5 on it. So I think when one of these two gets down to 5 left, they might both stop launching. In fact, they are both going to stop launching. So, Maybe I'm doing this wrong again. Maybe I remove that and I set that to -10. And we put that back on. We set that to... Hang on. You're set to no hull components. So you should launch all the hull components, but no thrusters and no fuel cells. So you're going to launch... Okay, so now we've got you launching 10, you launching 6, and you launching 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the whole component's still going to be the thing slowing me down. Alright, with that said, let's cover what actually happened between episodes, because I did upgrade the bus. Not as much as you think, but I did. So, I removed all this smelting. It's gone. In fact, this whole station here can also disappear. I don't know what to set it to for the moment, so it still exists. We are still bringing iron ore up here, and we are still smelting steel. Steel is actually the first thing I want to look at fixing. We want another upgrade planner to go from that one to that one. And the reason I want to do that is if we go in here and we type in modules, you can see, oh, module 6. You can see I have productivity modules. I don't have any speed modules. We've spent them all. And I'll show you what we spent them on shortly. But first things first, I want to swipe that upgrade planner. No. That upgrade planner? That upgrade planner. We're going to upgrade all our steel production. I've already upgraded the belt to purple belt. Because we have a general steel problem. So hopefully this helps with our general steel problem. Does this power pole actually do anything? Gonna go with no. So, first thing is, like I said, upgrade steel. Because we're running productivity module 6s, and this is one of the things that we're going to spend a bit of time on this episode. So our productivity module 6 has a speed negative of -15%. A normal productivity module... Ooh. I'm pressing all the buttons today. A normal productivity module also has a speed of -15%. So upgrading your prod mods actually has no speed negative. So that means I can come to Red Science and I can go upgrade. And upgrade. And actually we'll take something we're short on. We'll take Blue Science because it's easy. So currently... we're making 20. But when I swipe them with the upgrade planner, the production goes up. But the speed doesn't change. Consequently, even though the last couple aren't upgraded, the overall rate goes up to like 33. So we actually get more out for the for less resources in. At the same time, we get a general bump in overall productivity and resources out. Sure. Well, why not? Which will hopefully help my purple science problem. It'll also hopefully help my yellow science problem. What other things do we want to upgrade? I literally want to wander through the bus. And like, if it can be upgraded, we're going to upgrade it. So engines... Yep. I'm not going to do military science. Actually, I do want to put in 8, 16, 32. Sure. Robot frames. Electric engines. Normal engines, you say? Those can't have productivity modules. They're already done. Does this change the ratio here at all? I'm going to bet the answer is no. No. And I'm still going to have a major stone slash steel slash some sort of shortage. 114, 114. Yeah. Although, you're not running because you don't have furnaces. Why don't you have furnaces? How many furnaces do you need? 5.2. How many furnaces do you make? 4. Did I not make the build longer because I couldn't get any more steel down the belt? I think that's why I didn't make the build any longer. Oh, let's upgrade those belts. And those belts. And those belts. And those belts. And that belt. And I'll do the same with the bricks. I have no idea if the bricks will run that fast, but you know, that's it. Technically they won't, because they're on a blue belt all the way back to I don't know where. All the way back to the smelter. Sure. Probably means the smelter can't output anything faster, but you know, one problem at a time. Alright, back to this build. Can I get some real power poles, please? Does that give me 5? That gives me 6. Great. Okay. Yes, I can launch faster. Number 74. Banja's Mum. Banja's Man. Thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button. Your intergalactic spaceship is also on its way. This upgrade plan. So, we're going to upgrade low density structures because they've been the bane of my life for a long time. And don't forget, I have like 900 productivity modules. Or had. Rocket control units, same story. Gonna upgrade those. I did say had, right? Cool. What else? That's it that can take productivity. So, as for the main bus, what did I do? Like I said, I ripped up the iron, okay? And the copper. The copper was still being fed from a bunch of mini-me's down here. So we swapped this one over, literally just... I didn't even move these things. I literally just swapped over the output, threw it through a whole bunch of stacking machines, ran it out to a smelter, which you will notice is on speed 6s with beacon 3s with prod 6s as well. It goes as fast as possible. It actually outputs a full green belt of compressed copper that stacks at 25. So it's a ridiculous amount. And then I spent an hour and a half, and this is why we had so many launches. Oh, you need iron. I said out loud that I had to make sure that you didn't lose your iron, and then what I do, I cut it off anyway. So, yeah, this brought in our copper, and then I spent an hour and a half literally reconfiguring little bits of the bus at a time. So, we're bringing in compressed copper. Our iron, again, I just put a smelter stack down here because this was my sort of closest iron that was semi-reliable. Okay. I need to copy that and paste that there. So, put down an iron, ran a really, really long belt, but I have gone from 6 belts of iron and 6 belts of copper to a belt. A singular, 1 belt. I'm not enjoying all these Roboport Mark 1s laying around. Really need to make sure they're all gone. So yeah, did that. It meant that like my iron... in some cases could go straight into something compressed in the case of gears, but other cases like our green circuits can also go around compressed. I changed that over to compressed as well. Again, we had 4 lanes of green circuits, which I cut down to a single lane. But yeah, there are some places where we had to make sure we uncompressed on the way in. Gears I kept uncompressed because literally we've only got 2 belts to about here. From there on, it's a single belt anyway, so I just thought it's just not worth the hassle. I'll just uncompress it right here and then run it as an uncompressed belt. Continuing down the list, we had... basically, green circuit, green science and red science. I needed to run it uncompressed. I looked at the possibility, but then I'd have compressed science packs, which I'd still need to uncompress before I put them in the labs. It just was not worth the hassle. So, we replaced iron, we replaced copper, we replaced green circuits. Green circuits, like I said, I end up compressing. Then I actually looked at red circuits, and right here, we had a horrible, 5 builds all whacked together. Held together with scotch tape and, bubble gum, and it was a mess. I upgraded the whole lot to a single nice, neat build. I couldn't do a double length as we've done here because we had these belts in the way. So I ended up putting 2 side by side one another, and this is doing our red circuits. And we are leaving these as compressed. This is a compressed recipe. We're bringing it down here. I'm uncompressing it and shoving it back into the main bus like this. I could keep it compressed and then uncompress it along each one. It's just not worth the hassle. It's just easy to have it like this. It also meant that my plastic, which was 3 belts, here. 3 uncompressed belts, I am now just compressing, and we're running on a single compressed belt. I am probably going to change over this plastic build if there's enough room. Well, actually, I have this one up here now. So I'm probably going to change over one of these builds to be a compressed build and then just get rid of this and just run a belt of compressed plastic all the way down. That just seems like the easier answer. Going along the list, what else did I compress? I was going to compress steel just because we always had a problem getting steel through the bus. And then I realized, you know what, it's just not worth the hassle. And instead I ended up prod modding, which we did just now. We prod modded this. Can we not upgrade those? Thank you. Prod modding this was, definitely a better answer. We're getting close to a purple belt out. Actually, max rate calculator. What are we getting out? We're getting out 90. We're getting out over a purple belt per second, which is good enough by my count. I also have a couple of things. I have this booster steel down here, which again, I could run an upgrade planner over. On top of that, we actually have this booster copper that now that we're running over to compressed belts, now I'm importing just a ridiculous amount. We don't need anymore. Which is another, I don't know, how much wasted UPS that we can recover. Cool. I love it with bots. Logistics. No, you guys are trashing just about as fast as you can. That can get trashed. That can get trashed. Go for it. As for UPS, 75, 80, 75. Yeah, it didn't improve the base nearly as much as I'd hoped. But we can keep going through and we can removing things. Keep removing things. We're definitely now getting enough steel at this point. Finally, between running a purple belt and then having the booster down here that's being filtered in up here and everything else, we're finally getting enough steel. I have a feeling, yeah, we could probably do with a bit more. Upgrading this is probably not a bad idea. Why are those nuclear reactors not built? What are you missing? Red circuits? Oh, bad JD. Bad JD. Yeah, because I'm undoing that now. It's a fully compressed belt. Okay, we're going to put that there. Yeah. Damn. Okay, turn off the legs. Work out where all... So anywhere that was meant to have red circuits still has red circuits? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. No. So just stand here and just absorb all these green circuits for just a second. Speaking of other things that happen in the base, our solar plant actually looks like it just got finished. Oh, hey, it's not flashing at us. So we... Oh, really? Upgrade planner doesn't work. I need to filter an upgrade planner. From the dark blue ones to the light blue ones. From the dark blue ones to the light blue ones. Upgrade! Cool. There's the red circuits. Same story here. Delete, 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 delete. That one's fine, that one's fine. So it's just to here. Cool. We can make nuclear reactors again. Awesome. Turn that back on. Have I unlocked the last science? No, the last solar panels? No. So we're now on this color. Yes. So we'll start going to light blue ones slowly over time. Yeah, not many were pre-built. It's fine. Solar is producing a whole lot of 1.5 gigawatts to our 15 gigawatts worth of nuclear. Yeah! And I keep expanding nuclear because I'm really grumpy about my little boo-boo here where there's only one row where there should be 2 rows. So, yeah, that's got to be fixed. So yeah, I keep expanding nuclear out. In fact, we're gonna put another one down there. That's really as far as I can go because that's steel build, and then we're gonna need to rearrange steel. So that was the first thing. What's happened in the last episode? What I've done to clean up, all that sort of stuff. Plastic bar. No, we're gonna use plastic bar in SpaceX components. So SpaceX components. Well, let's go to that one next. As you can see, all my lights are lit up. In fact, if we hover over this one, I can see I have 57 of these things in stock. It's not that the base slowed down or anything. It's that we just have a ridiculous amount in stock available. It comes down to modules, actually. As you can see, I have a small surplus of efficiency modules and a small surplus of... What was the other one I had a surplus of? Yeah, mainly the efficiency module 3s. Oh, and the speed module 2s for some reason. Yes, I can launch faster. Number 75 is Phoenix. Thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button. Your intergalactic spaceship is on its way. So speed module 2s we have a giant surplus of. I have no idea why. I'm not questioning these things anymore. I'm willing to bet it was probably because I changed over the recipes down here maybe and just happen to export a whole crap ton of speed module 2s. So we're going to fix that problem by actually, let's not do it that way. Let's do it with a 1 2 3 4 you in the middle. You're going to make speed 3s, which we're going to fill with speed 3s, and then you're going to request it there, and then you're going to have 2 output chests, and basically you're going to crunch these things as fast as you can. 100, 100, enter. I really wish I could still press E to close the dialogue, which has been sort of a Factorio staple for a very, very long time now. And now no longer works. Okay, so we're gonna just, like, crunch things. Just get rid of all the speed 2s. Pretty much. Logistics. Module. As you can see, I also have a grand surplus of efficiency module 3s. Now, some of those are the ones that's coming from our module factory, which we're actually importing up here. Some of them are coming from Go Rockets. Some of them are coming from this build. This build makes Speed Force, which we need for, like, you know, modules and beacons and a few other things. It also, if this backs up for any reason, it then spits out speed 3s. It also makes prod mod 4s, which if this backs up for any reason, which it looks like it's going to, it then spits out up to 600 speed 3s and up to 600 prod 3s. So yeah, and then for the efficiencies, same story. If this goes up to 50 efficiencies, because that's, I figured, all we're gonna ever need, because it's only using a couple of SpaceX components and for the beacons, it stops making those and it makes speed 3s instead up to, that would be helpful if you're set to the right recipe. 600 seems overkill-ish, but as you can see, we have a pile of them, and then some. Now we have this train, which is linked to this train, which buffer chest, which actually exports our speed 3s across to here to make fast and light drives, which we have no shortage of currently. There's like 70 in the main base. So yeah, we're in a situation where we actually have too many efficiency modules outright. Along with that, I have speed module 4s. No, they're fine. Productivity module 4s. I have way too many of those as well. So again, I just need to like even out the production to a certain extent. So we're going to come to here, and you're doing a great job of consuming things, but you're not doing it fast enough. And we're even going to up the scale with a second one, which we're going to have direct insert into this machine to make more productivity 6s. Does that make you request more? No, you actually request less. Let's go with 50 and 10. So hopefully they can start destroying, using, consuming, where are we? Consuming some of the productivity 4s that we have in stock. So we have a grand surplus. On top of that, we don't have any prod mod 3s in stock because they basically get consumed by SpaceX components as fast as they get made. Speed module 2s have been chewed up. I have no idea where. Actually, I do know where. Into this machine. And these machines. They did a pretty good job of chewing up that stuff fairly fast. What's your buffer set to? 500. Okay, so when they go sub 500-ish, then we should be good. Like now. Yeah, like now. So I'm going to cancel that request, and cancel that request so they can bleed out. Back into logistics mode. We want to go module. We do have 9,000 speed modules, and I'm wondering, is it worth getting rid of those? Okay, this we finally have some speed module 6s. I have no productivity module 6s. I basically burnt the world, but that's okay. They're going to be consumed slowly over time. I don't know if it's fast enough, but they're going to be consumed slowly over time. Okay, I want these to finish. We're going to change the recipe to that. And I might paste that there. Which is now going to give me a surplus of speed 2s. Yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to re-enable you, have you use speed 2s, except I'm going to set all of these to only run if speed 2s are greater than 550. Yes. Do I put speed ones in the network? I must do. That's an ejection from the network. You go in the network. 1K. So we'll do the same for that. We'll set you to those. 1050. And we'll copy and paste those all the way around. Okay. No, nothing's jammed yet. Hull components. Hull components 7 of 10. So that's... This silo is trying its hardest. It is that silo trying its hardest. It's also, which is something I was meant to do at the start of the episode, a rocket fuel problem. Yeah, we burnt off all our rocket fuel reserves. So, the answer to this problem is productivity 6 modules, which now I have a great deficit of, which is perfect timing, because now I'd really like them in rocket fuel first. I'd really actually like to rebuild rocket fuel and have a decent actual build, not this hobbled together pile of crap that I'm currently running. But you know, beggars chooses, it works currently, we'll leave it at that. That can go away, that can go away, just a general inventory cleanup each step of the way. I can... So what's your issue? You have light oil, and it looks like you have... No, you don't have solid fuel. Okay, and you guys have light oil, but you're already outputting a full purple belt worth, aren't you? Yeah, and then some. Maybe this would be a good candidate to go over to a stacked recipe. But okay, first things first, we're going to upgrade to Prod 6s. Is there any need to have Prod 6s in here? I don't think there is, actually. No. We want to go to item request slot. Remove that. Yeah, you can just stay with normal Prod 3s. That's overkill. Okay, so the great Prod 6 shortage. Yup. Set you back to trees and rocks only. Okay, so down here we have this trade that's importing efficiency module 3s in a stacked recipe. And going from what we've recently learnt, I have plenty of efficiency modules. Just to confirm, boom, 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 everything's going off at once. Yes, I can launch faster. Log. We're at 76. Kristen Dahl Anderson. Thank you so much for clicking that subscribe button, Dahl. Your intergalactic spaceship is on its way. Yeah, so we have no shortage of efficiency module 6s. And I'm pretty sure this build up here, considering we have such a low amount of module 4s that we keep in stock, I'm pretty sure this can give us enough of a surplus. In fact, I'm really tempted to turn that off, because currently you're not doing anything. Yeah, we're going to turn all these off. Yeah, I'm going to unconnect that. I'm going to unconnect that. You're set to infinite. You're set to infinite. We're unstacking those. Those one. Yeah, we'll just have that keep going and just fill all the way up. Because worst comes to worst, we're going to export it. But it means that I'm pretty sure we need to come down here and need to change that recipe. So that's probably the last thing I'm going to try and fit into this episode. Change the recipe over probably to productivity, considering how things are going. Into train, we want to go to here. I should bring some refined concrete with me. It's not going to happen, but you know, I should. And maybe next episode we look at possibly doing rocket fuel off-site. When I say off-site, I'm like, do we have an oil in our base that we could just tap just for rocket fuel? I do have this still. There's still some oil up here that I'm not using. In fact, there's a significant amount of oil up there I'm not using. There's a lot of oil down here I'm not using. In fact, I'm not even using half this patch. Actually, how is the main base patch going? Yeah, I'm not using half of it. So I could siphon off half this, split it out to a second oil refinery in here, and just make rocket fuel. Maybe that's an idea. Okay, so I want to change... No. You take speed module 3s. Okay, so you're actually cheap enough I can afford you. No, I just had an idea. I had an idea, and we're going to cover my idea in the next episode. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're going to cover the idea in the next episode, because I think I have a better idea of what to do with this. I think I do. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Alright, bye.